Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here bringing you another nerdy video. We have now just finished a good bit of things on the Yavin space station. We brought up all the special items that were on it. We are now heading to Tatooine. Now, I believe this the spaceport we're arriving at is Mos Eisley.
The Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Dantooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes. Perhaps, though that would have been tens of thousands of years in the past. Now there's nothing but the howling emptiness of the Dune Sea. The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I have seen you give in to temptation and indulge your baser emotions on many occasions. I'm afraid you are on the path that leads to the dark side. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this. But I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? One who serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? To use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must. How can I help? I can try. What would you like? Then I suggest we move...
Yes, what's on your mind? Tatooine's just a desert planet. I hear the mining isn't going so well. I bet the colony gets abandoned before long. Well, that's all I can think. You got it.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would... Of course.
Hey there, what can I... No problem. Anything else you need? 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 I always heard Tatooine was Sorry I can't be more help, you know. Is there anything else I can do for you? Want to practice? Hey there, what? No problem. Anything else you need? Don't worry. I always heard Tatooine was nothing but a rock covered by a bunch of worthless sand. I can't even figure out why Zerka Corp set up their mine. Sorry I can't be more help, you know. Okay.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve. After some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this. Zerka Corporation maintains this docking station at great expense, and I warn you, we've had troublemakers. The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses. You know, I don't think you need to pay the fee. We'll let it go this time.
Well, that was easy. I sure wish I had special mind affecting.
This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a... Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure? There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look. I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it. I can tell you more, I guess. It's not a big secret or anything. Just not good for business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company. Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business. Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it. Pursuits that appeal to the casual traveler. There are some fearsome native species that provide exciting hunting. There are also lengthy, barren wastes that serve as fine soup tracks. Attracting business has been slow, however. Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals. The Sand People. They're vicious and attack outsiders on sight. More animal than anything, really. Maybe they know the history of Tatooine. Maybe they don't. Impossible to tell. They won't cooperate. Not personally, but they've given Zerka Corporation a rough time. It's hard enough mining this rock without suffering random attacks. I think the company has even put a bounty on them, but I'm sure not going to try for it. It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in Central Anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them. That's not much information. Could you tell me more? You a digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know. It depends on what level of... While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza, and I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut. I can't say I know... There is no need for that. I'm...
Genchopa chawi tichok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami no nok.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Bona na kachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kum kiba bu mulera. Kakin chak nawagawa bakon. Donk kiba nukunek. Tonga buk sha nak nong.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wana kumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tong ki pa nak nonek. Tu nik ton chun chun ki nemolek rabest. Wuf mala nibo kurk.
My mother's condition?
Tin umpa do punta krita. Ak ti kondo ona chaba chisa wanki. Ti toki grantu kon chi chan kun green kanchan tu pro. Bok wala no bok cha. Nichi kon chuva kin lorta ika kun.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did you say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi tichok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami no nok.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Chika don mulaka watayuma ka wamahona nek. Ashantington unum.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she's really sick, well, we shall see.
Uchua penki, tang ituama ji, human act in ikatune. Chi itakanki, chan na kilikon, baba Hassan shan. No ba mudi rati. Smilia!
What will that? Call of Duty. Ivan Untastar sieltä, ufta keltis, kolotusta. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot, tuftadan kelvaa, hoisidan kelvaa. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot.
Ciao baso, Gino morirà ni dubo, talking ba? Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune, chuna morirà, tangi wama jiko na. Tongki pa non kunek abog, chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo. Kun morirà slimo poi wanga, tangi wama ji, human act in ikatune. Babahas Chiwi aita ka chong chicha Agi inko tune chuna morirà Tangi wama jiko na Tongki pa non kunek abog Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo Kun morirà slimo poi wanga Tangi wama ji human act in ikatune. Baba Hassan-shan, no ba morirà tilai kuka?
Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot, untastar sieltä, ufta keltis, kolotusta. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot. Untastar sieltä, ufta keltis, kolotusta. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti untastar sieltä, ufta keltis. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot. Untastar sieltä, ufta keltis, kolotusta. Apuilta, kolotus untastar sieltä, ufta keltis, kolotusta. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot. Ja untas, ufta keltis, untastar sieltä. Ja untas, ufta keltis, untastar sieltä. Ja untas. Apuilta, kolotus Ivan ikelti rimot. Ja untas, ufta keltis. Ja untas, ufta keltis, untastar sieltä, ufta keltis, kolotusta. der Bundas, Buchstaben Chief, Bundesverschärfer. Fabuelta, Colossus, Divine, Bundesverschärfer, Buchstaben Chief, der Bundas, Buchstaben Chief. Fabuelta, Colossus, Divine, and Chibian. Fabuelta.
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? Oh, of course. Who put you up to this, my wife? I meant what I said about having no credits. Who knows the planet? I don't know. I guess the sand people. I'm usually running when I see them. Sure. My blood. They almost got me last year. Tore up 2 of my battle droids. Wife was mad about that. Took her weeks to fix. Where they got weapons to cut battle armor, I don't know. They act like animals, but they can surprise... I don't know. Pick a dune and walk. They'll get you sooner. Smart traders. They've salvaged and sold me my own damaged droids once or twice. They don't say much I can understand. I think they're a little slow, but who am I to judge, huh? Hunting is a dirty and tough business. What can old Tanis tell? There isn't any. Too many hunters, not enough prey. I can barely keep expenses covered. Maintenance on... Of course, it's better than going alone. What if I stumbled on a bunch of sand people? These solo hunters are crazy. What do I care? I need to eat. I also need to pay for parts so the wife can keep the droids running. Some guys will talk about honor and stuff, but they still sell their plates to Faza. I guess honor needs creds too. I suppose, but so what? When that resource goes belly up, I'll just move on. I'm just a wandering... I'm not real popular with the others, but they just fool themselves. They're in it for the credits too. Uptight and cold like my wife. They don't like me streamlining the hunt with droids. I don't fit in, but I don't let it bug. The Gamorreans are different. Good rowdy drinking buddies. Kirk and his boys, they understand that hunting is a business. Of course they hunt other things than raid, too. Just don't turn your back on them. Ever. Nothing. Nothing at all. Just keep your eyes on them, that's all. Dorak is reasonable. Komad is a pain, but he keeps his distance. I can tell he doesn't like me much. Ask around the lodge if you want information about the other guys. I don't really talk to him much. Fine, fine. Good hunt.
Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. Well, you sure know how to get on my good side. You're just trotting out banthapats, but thanks all the same. My name is Doric Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays? If I knew the best place, why would I tell anyone? It would be worth too much to me to let it get out. It doesn't matter anyway. This season has been dry for me, as it has for almost everyone. Perhaps someone else is holding out, but there's simply fewer raid out there. It used to be a one-on-one test. Hunter against hunted. Now people just want the credits. I could stomach maybe a pair or a team of hunters. But some now use battle droids. Where's the sport in that? I don't go telling stories. You seem pretty prepared to hold your own with most of them. I heard what happened with the good work with them. I think you'll do just... if that's what you want. Good hunting.
Aku? Mujashak pakat. Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachida badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha. Mujashak pakat. Kieno no namapaule. Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Mujashak pakat. Kieno no namapaule rachikun. Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Dong na bungsha nununya. Dong patukas magtalea. Mujashak pakat. Kieno no namapaule rachikun. Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Jeda badawana ni...
Please, will you help me? Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else to turn. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare. I still can't believe he's gone. His name was Ward Fizark. He used to work in the mines, but they scaled back last. He was new to hunting, but he was a good fighter. Used to be a soldier. We spent everything on his gear. After a few trips, he didn't come back. Guards say his sandcrawler crew found his body stripped. Nobody saw anything, and most of the other hunters never even knew him. He had just started. I don't trust any of them. But those Gamorreans, they just laugh when they see me. It doesn't matter. There's no justice until I've got to think about my... Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They are worth more than 500 credits. You will? 700 credits! Oh...
Wow. Sometimes helping people feels pretty good.
Thank you for helping this woman. It may not seem like such a great thing to you, but you are making a difference.
For whatever it means, may the force...
La boda ni winki smak toma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun ma ma rulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Rundi. Jawana bota ayuata honga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topada bungwa yatuka ulwan kinkuna ba murira rachikun.
That messenger said my mother is on Tatooine somewhere. We should ask about it.
La boda ni winki smak toma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang. Kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun ma ma rulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Rundi hodonga chihongabi.
We should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept.
Yatuka ulwan kinkuna ba murira rachikun.
Something you want?
All right then, back to work.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Uba batu konchi. Tong non bong shang yung yang. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agree. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sand crawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chief. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of... You might try following one of our sand crawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very well, though I assume that by out of the ordinary, you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? I'm afraid Zerka Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants. If you're looking for local events, I suggest you go to the swoop. There was also a Jawa here earlier, saying something about needing help. I think he's out by the city gates. I can't be more specific about what he wanted. Our droid translators had difficulty with the message. Farewell. Zerka...
Achua Penki, Yun Patisa. Kakincha Nawabakaon. Chiwi Aitak.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ni... Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non... Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hadonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja muira. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi. La boda ni winki smack toma. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. La boda ni winki. Kuyami Juskuna Ji Uba Batu Goji.
Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Terrace alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Let's make this quick. You cannot win.
Greeting. Hello to you, prospective purchaser. I am referred to as HK-47, a fully functional SciTech Corporation droid skilled in both combat and protocol functions. Query. Would you be so kind as to purchase this model from Ukalaka? Refusal. It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of Ukalaka, prospective purchaser. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat. Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist an owner in this way. Doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment to add interest to a seemingly mundane protocol droid. Statement. The fool Ithorian has decided I am to be an expensive purchase. He does this out of greed and not out of advisement. I have observed him. He is a coward. Statement. I wish only to be purchased and away from ill treatment at the hands of this poorly skilled mechanic. I have no desire to be subtle. Qualification. Oh, of course I shall be
puntas.
I can be pretty convincing when I have to be. But that mind trick is something
Abuelita, Colotus Divine.
It troubles me to see you behaving this way. Such acts can lead to the dark side.
Abuelita, Colotus ni puntas da sierva. Ustakel peace. Sierva. Der puntas. Usta abuelita. Colotus Divine.
Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany? Statement. I will enter into your service now, Master. I am certain you will make adequate use of my primary functions. My gears are practically quivering.
Beth? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way? Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for great dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a great dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me. What remains would there be? Great dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron, an ignoble end to a fine man. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
you